If we didn't get the phone call just a minute prior, we would have had no idea. It's 2-1 to Brock Peterson. Double elimination. Both of these teams have yet to lose, so they're in it for at least tomorrow yet. Gets a pitch to hit and fouls it off. A little late.
In games earlier today, Marshfield defeated De Pere 7-4, and Eau Claire beat Middleton big, 15-9.
Count goes 2-2. This would be a huge out to get for Salm. Caleb, a 2023 grad, deals on the 2-2, rung him up. Brock guessed wrong, and he'll go down on strikes.
In Manitowoc's game on Tuesday against Middleton that they won 3-2, scoring a run in the bottom of the seventh, they finished up with 7 hits. I don't know how many they had yesterday, Jordan. You've got that in your book, but that's what happened on Tuesday. That was an exciting game.
I don't have the line score, but I can add it up during the break. As Guyette takes ball 1. Manitowoc, De Pere yesterday, 5-3 ball game. De Pere now eliminated.
Yeah, with their loss today.
They join Middleton, Genoa City, and Fond du Lac all out as that gets in there. One, two, three, four, five, 6 hits yesterday for Manitowoc.
6, so 13 hits in the tournament. What did we say Eau Claire has so far?
I was going to say
40?
that's still not what Eau Claire has in one game, as this ball gets fouled back off. Was it another 17-hit game in the most recent one?
Yeah, they had 17 in the first game, 17 in the third game. They had 9 against Sheboygan last night. 43 hits in the tournament.
One ball, 2 strikes. To Ridge Guyette, the cleanup man, looking to produce for Manitowoc. Swing and a miss. They're going to throw back to second, and they got him at second base. Dan Schmitz held up. He was starting to go to third, had to retreat back. What a cannon by Ian Mary. And the play is made as Schmitz and the umpire talk things over. We're scoreless through 1. Coming down, as they say here, in the top half of the second, and it will be Sheboygan in their 4-5-6 part of the lineup after a 1-2-3 10-pitch first inning for Ashton Portman. Caleb Salm goes 18 pitches in his first.
It's not too inning to give a tease, is it?
Never.
Miesfeld's trivia happening in the 4th inning, top and bottom of the inning. Salm had 3 hits. Last night was 0 for 4 in the first game, so he's 3 for 7 in the tournament. And he had a couple of RBIs last night.
Portman's first pitch of the inning comes right back towards us. Good crowd here tonight. Sheboygan, Manitowoc, they all travel well. Might be our best attended game of the tournament.
Manitowoc bringing a lot of fans down for this contest, and Sheboygan fans showing up in force to support their team.
1-1. And a breaking pitch drops in there, pitcher to pitcher. See who can get the advantage as it's now 1-2. Ashton Portman on the 1-2. Just dropped it outside.
Grounds crew doing a nice job between games to get the field ready for this last game of the day.
And we still started early. Down the third base line where Coleman's made a few good plays so far today.
By the way, good job with Clifford. Could you understand him? Okay.
He's asking how many games tomorrow. He thought there was only one. I said 2.
I could hear you guys talking, but I couldn't understand. I didn't hear Clifford very clearly.
2 games tomorrow at 4 and 7, no matter what.
Our press box crew for this game, Bill Wagner's our field announcer. Scoreboard operator and music player is Scott Witter. Jordan Lorenz doing the play-by-play. I'm doing the analysis. I'm Mike Martin. He's Jordan Lorenz. Our tech guru, CJ, is not in the house today. Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow.
We miss you, CJ. Just in case he's listening, I had to throw that in there.
Well, you being the intern, you better. I miss you too, CJ.
I did just text him today. He's got to fill out a survey type analysis thing, so I get credit for my internship. So I better be nice to him yet for a while. Just barely fouled it off. It's a battle between Salm and Portman at the plate. Portman had just 10 pitches in that first inning. This is close to a 10-pitch AB right here. Comes down to it, full count pitch. Hammered into left field and got a bit ahead of it as that drops foul in the dirt.
Last night, Caleb, on 2 of his base hits, stroked him out to right field. And then his third hit was a little bit of a surprise to me anyway. He actually pulled the ball past the shortstop out into left field and drove in a run.
Once again, the count is full. There's a breaking pitch up and over Brock Peterson. It goes, takes an odd hop in the outfield as it is the first base runner of the game for Sheboygan. Dane Nikolai due up next with a runner on first after the leadoff single.
Second baseman, number 16, Dane Nikolai.
Nikolai looking for his first hit of the tournament. He has drawn a couple of walks, however. Got the save in last night's game, pitching an inning and 2/3.
Look at how shallow Travis Coleman playing at third base, maybe expecting bunt. So that one fouls out of play. Ashton Portman throws back down to first, where they didn't get him in time.
Hey guys, I think you'll like the Sheboygan trivia question tonight. It goes back to that 2018 state championship. So you guys might remember the question or the answer. You might.
Out towards center and making the catch. Dan Schmitz, 1 on, 1 out now.
Sounded good.
It did. We've come to learn that the sound doesn't always dictate everything.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Some things we don't think are anywhere near a home run have gone over the fence, and some things we thought no doubt about it turn into just a double.
Ty is 1 for 6 in the tournament with an RBI. He also has a save. Collected a save in Game 1 in the victory over Genoa City.
Manitowoc's only needed to use 2 pitchers so far. Both going complete games. Jacob Gallagher, Brandon Stefani. They look to do the same with Ashton Portman, who's struggling a little more in the second inning. Missed out. Count goes 2-0. This could be a big swing inning for Sheboygan as it's hit out towards right field, making a step, and the runner will retreat to first as that catch is made by August Hecker.
Before the fans get angry with me, Jordan, I want to explain something. I do have the box scores from Sheboygan's first 2 games. I only have one box score for Manitowoc. The second game, you and Chris did that one yesterday, and I pretty much just sat on my hands and watched from the back table and didn't keep a scorecard. So if I give a little more statistical information in terms of the tournament for Sheboygan, it's because I have both of their score sheets.
Another check down to first from Portman. Goes heater, misses out. He likes to work quick. Cooper Damrow steps in after another Damrow pitched last night, and this will be a pop out to Travis Coleman, who just makes the catch at the end of things. Leadoff single given up, but 3 more flyouts keep the score intact at 0 as we head to the bottom. Bottom half of inning number 2, Ashton Portman pitch count 29 after 2 innings of work. Drove it up in that bat, as you said during the break, that Caleb Salm. That was a good majority of those 19. Stefani Stengel Portman due up here in the second for Manitowoc. Someone looking to strike first. Manitowoc had a chance. Runners on first and second with no one out. Couldn't recover as that pitch misses.
Stefani pitched a fine game last night. And in the box score that I have here from Tuesday, he had 1 for 4 game with 2 RBIs.
Next pitch coming his way in there for a strike. Stefani 1 for 3 yesterday. Had a single when he later scored in the 4th. Strike taken, makes it 1-2.
The outfield for Sheboygan, not very deep again. They played shallow in yesterday's game for the most part. Of course, that was somewhat dictated by the situation.
If that was a swing and a miss, Stefani probably would have reached first, but he just got a piece of it off the top of the bat.
Tyler Zeitz showing the good hustle, getting the ball.
And the 1-2 pitch. Left it up. Good eye by Stefani, trying to fight a little longer.
You know, Jordan, in about another 10-15 minutes, we'll be able to read the scoreboard easier.
Yeah, we will finally. Swing and a miss. Second, third strikeout make it for Salm. All in a row. Reese Stengel 0 for 2, got hit by a pitch yesterday.
Just so you know, Reese Stengel does go to Roncalli.
Yes.
We had that discussion on the
State
first day of the tournament.
State basketball champ, well aware.
Who was that? Was that a comment on Facebook or something? They didn't like text your
No,
email.
no,
It's just
no,
something
no.
comment on the internet. Jordan knows his Manitowoc players.
What a breaking pitch in there. 0-2 it goes. Now goes Heater. Will it get through the infield or not? It's stopped, and the throw over to first in time. Good 5-3 put out by Cooper Damrow.
I think I'm a little bit more of a baseball purist. I like to see these kinds of games where it's more of a pitcher's battle and balls being hit all over the yard. And I look at that box score from that
I was
Eau
going to
Claire
say,
game.
so you
I
don't
mean,
prefer
what a
a
mess.
15-9 game with 8
Correct.
errors and
Yeah.
17 hits?
And it wasn't good baseball either with all the errors.
Ashton Portman, a beast on the mound, a beast at the plate, had a 3 RBI double in the 4th inning yesterday.
If you're a fan that likes offensive baseball, that would have been your game.
I think you just like Eau Claire if you like offensive baseball. That team can hit. They'll be playing this Manitowoc squad tomorrow.
We talked about that on and off throughout the tournament. In their region, they had how many double-digit scoring games
All
out of the
three.
4? All 3 of them?
All 3 were.
And 2 of the 3 here at State have been double-digit scoring.
Eau Claire put up 10, 14, and 11 on their way here. Somehow Portman's still alive at the plate. Bouncing ball to short, and it got a funny hop. That's going to reach Ashton Portman as Alex Ames couldn't handle it.
E6, guys.
Right fielder number 7, August Hecker.
Caleb was able to work out of a jam in the first inning, allowed the first 2 batters for Manitowoc to reach, and then he worked out of the inning. Ian Mary helped him out big time, throwing out that runner at second for the 3rd out of the inning.
This is the opposite as he gets the first 2
I was going to
guys
say
out.
a little easier situation now, getting the first 2 hitters.
Hecker and Coleman, only Manitowoc players not to hit yet. Coleman on deck. Made a few great defensive plays so far. See what we can do offensively if he gets up this inning. Breaking pitch, waited on it. This time it's fielded cleanly, and a high throw. That'll advance the runner to 3rd, and holding up is Ashton Portman, back-to-back E6s.
I got that as an error easily. And I don't know why he didn't go to second base.
I
Looked like he had
also
just
was
a little
confused.
flip over there.
Third baseman number 3, Travis Coleman.
2 early errors against Sheboygan.
Portman doing some good base running too, being able to advance all the way to 3rd. Hecker remained at first.
Travis Coleman, runners on the corners. First pitch to him.
Coleman is a Kiel kid. Plays for the Purple Raiders.
Good basketball player. Pretty sure it was him. I remember one night I was announcing a game at Manitowoc Luther, and he put up like 42 points. 16, he had double-digit 3-pointers.
Quite a scorer, huh? In that Tuesday game, he was 1 for 3.
1-1 count with Portman on 3rd, Hecker on 1st.
Wow.
Somehow.
Slow breaking pitch, and he swung at it.
I don't know how he hit it, but
Yeah,
he definitely
exactly.
swung at it. It's now 1-2. Dan Schmitz, leadoff man on deck, started the game with a double. Breaking pitch, just got a piece, and that should be easy as Cooper Salm runs it over, underhanded throw. Manitowoc leaves a few more stranded, and we're still scoreless through 2.
We're
Here.
closing in on that big fourth inning.
We're an inning away.
I'm getting excited.
Miesfeld. You're the only one.
Jordan wants to know what that surprise was I'm offering up for him.
The right fielder, number 17, Gage Himmelman.
Oh, is that 8 hours I learned about 8 hours ago learned about a
I
surprise?
just couldn't wait to tell you.
State Legion baseball. Here we go. Tie scoreless game. First pitch misses in this at-bat.
Schmitz started off the ball game with that long double and then got picked off a second to end the inning.
Also working as a photographer tonight as myself. For
Speaking of photographers, Gary Klein's in the house again from the Sheboygan Press.
Yeah,
Steve Peterson in the house. He was one of the commentators on our Miesfeld's trivia.
Oh, okay.
Liked it. Steve Walsh, I think I mentioned that when he was at
Yes.
home after his game.
Yes.
Said he enjoyed listening to the broadcasts.
Take your base. Ball 4. Is that a 4-pitch walk to Hilbelink?
We appreciate all the positive comments from our viewers. If you have negative comments, don't make them.
Portman loves his pickoff move as he tries it once again. Travis Coleman, once again, there you see him playing pretty shallow over at third. Portman deals. First pitch in there for a strike. Good to see that come out. And also, we have an update. Caleb Psalm, 37 pitches through 2 innings, so he's basically about 18 pitches an inning.
Witter didn't appear in the Tuesday game. He got in on Wednesday, got a base hit, so he's 1 for 1 in the tournament.
Jammed him up top. Coleman running to get it and makes the catch and foul ground.
I remember pitching, it was the only shutout of my career. It was a 7-inning game at Kewanee.
Okay.
And our third baseman had 13 of the 21 outs. Ground balls, pop-ups, that kind of thing. In our game here today, the Manitowoc third baseman has made 4 of the outs.
4 of the 7.
Yep. He's cooking.
Strike outside. Alex Ames can't believe it.
Mike Buzzy was the third baseman, by the way, from Oosburg.
Good to give him credit. He earned his pay that night. What a beautiful breaking pitch to make it 0-2.
Saw Mike a few years back. One of our teammates, Gig Christensen, a really fine athlete from Sheboygan Falls, was inducted into the Sheboygan County Old Timers Hall of Fame, and Buzzy came for the festivities.
Peterson calls off Coleman this time, says, "Here, let me take one," and there's 2 outs in the inning.
Well, that's kind of boring.
Center fielder, number 7, Nick Herzog.
Coleman have a talk with him real quick, you think? He said, "Hey, that's mine."
I think so. Nick is 2 for 8 in the tournament, including his 0 for 1 tonight.
That leadoff walk has not come to haunt Ashton Portman so far. Back in the last inning, he gave a leadoff single, and then the next 3 batters flew out. All of the outs have been flyouts. This one could make it another as Brock Peterson moves back. Coleman directs traffic, and it makes the catch. Back-to-back flyouts to Brock. End things in the top half of the third. We'll go to the bottom half, getting closer and closer to Miesfeld's trivia.
Hey, did I ever tell TJ that I like the music we have during the state tournament?
Yeah. You have made that clear.
That's good music, Scott. You got a talent. Do your kids ever complain about the songs you play? Or do they like it too? At the ballpark.
Leading off for Manitowoc, center fielder
Thumbs up? Okay.
Schmidt.
Only 2 combined hits so far in the game. Manitowoc with 1. Sheboygan with 1 as well. Dan Schmidt's trying to turn that around as he had a double back in the first.
Now there's a reason to come to the ballpark. Listen to
Music?
Scott's music between innings.
Critique it a little bit.
Get to the team store.
Buy your discounted shirt.
Cheaper apparel now.
Well, $15 for a Legion shirt.
You know, there is a negative to being here, though. They don't get to listen to us.
Oh, well, that's the biggest negative of all. Bring your AirPods. Bring your headphones. You can listen.
There's a line
This
drive.
ball hit out, and that'll be a base hit. Another one for Schmitz.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2.
Got a good picture of that one for you, Damon Ryan.
Schmitz is a center fielder, so you got to figure he has good speed.
Linsmeyer reached when he got hit. Awkward spot in the first inning, but he's
Interesting
good
to
to
see
go.
if Kevin Stengel sends him early in the count or waits.
Would have been a good pitch to go. They're going to throw back down to first. They didn't get him. Remember, they got Dan Schmitz on second base to end the first inning. I don't know, awful close.
Ian, put that ball on the bag right where you want it so the first baseman can catch it and do a swipe tag.
It was a 10-pitch third inning for Ashton Portman. He sits at 39. Swing and a miss. Big swing at it. Linsmeyer comes up empty with Brock Peterson waiting on deck.
You know, when you talk about that 10-pitch inning, that included a walk, too.
Yeah, it did. Laying down a bunt, and the throw to second way off the money, but thankfully able to somehow make a little bit of a glove on it to keep it in.
Fielder's choice error. Yeah.
I would go area.
I think it was the right decision by Sam to go to second. He just has to make a better throw. He would have got the runner, but fielder's choice for Lensmeyer.
Brock Peterson.
And Schmitz makes second on the throwing error.
Peterson struck out looking. Calls time here.
This is a repeat of the first inning when Manitowoc got their first 2 hitters on to start the inning and then were unable to score. See what they do here.
And to go down and get it. Keep that in front. You don't want those runners advancing anymore. That the third error on Sheboygan, and we're only in the bottom half of the third. Pokes this one, tries to get it through the infield, diving stop, gets the one out at second, and got the out at first. Dane Nikolai went down to get it as Dan Schmitz gets over to third, but there's 2 outs in the inning.
First baseman number 32, Rich Guyette.
That was a great turn at second base and a very strong throw, accurate. Good double play.
Manitowoc trying not to leave another runner on base. Left it down. Guyette had a double yesterday and a walk where he later scored. Ooh, low pitch called.
Guyette didn't like it.
That's all right. Someone yells from the crowd. It's still 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just got a piece of that one off the top of the bat.
Witter came to the mound to talk to his pitcher.
Over at third base, Dan Schmitz. Ridge guy out at the plate trying to score him. The 1-2 pitch. Solom gives him a good one to hit. He drives it back foul.
Sheboygan hasn't worked their way out of this inning, Jordan, but you can't keep putting the first two guys on a regular basis and expect to get away with it.
It's not a recipe for success, as one would say.
Yeah, didn't we mention that once today?
Oh, yeah.
A couple times this week.
Hits this one down the third base line. 5-3 putout. This throw is dropped, and the run came in to score. Manitowoc jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Is that an E3? Because that wasn't a hard ball to catch.
Yeah. Nice play by Damrow. Made what looked to be a good enough throw.
Just enough off the money, I guess.
Runs have been hard to come by so far in this ball game. That could be very important.
You know what's important is the scoreboard showing 4 errors. As strike one comes into Stefani. Caleb Solom came into the inning with 37 pitches. Manitowoc jumps out to a 1-0 lead on just 2 hits. Barely got a piece of that ball, and an unassisted putout will end the third inning. Miesfeld's trivia coming up. However, the moral of the story is Manitowoc leads 1-0.
Same pitcher.
It still is Ashton Portman.
Yeah.
He has thrown 39. 51 is the number for Caleb Solom.
All
through the
those
first
errors
4
are really
innings.
driving up his pitch count by Sheboygan.
That's how it works. If you can't get out of an inning, your defense doesn't bail you out, you're going to have to be out there a little bit longer.
For Sheboygan, the catcher, number 15, Ian Mary.
After Ian bats, we'll give you our top half of the fourth inning. Miesfeld's trivia relates to Sheboygan since they're batting.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Mary, a powerful hitting catcher, flew out to deep center his first time.
Hits this one up. Foul. Bounced in and out of a tree, I believe. Yeah, there it goes, rolling down 8th Street.
New Jersey Avenue.
I know, I always say that. Just got a piece of it as Ian Mary to stay alive. Reese Stengel and Ashton Portman, real quick discussion between the two of them. Portman on an 0-2 count. Breaking pitch up. And in the general admission side, maybe no, the net just keeps it afloat.
Ian
They're
doing a
getting
good job
nervous.
of hanging in there.
Fans were getting their hands up, ready to catch it.
Doggone fence. Screen. Getting in my way.
Caleb Salm, Dane Nikolai due up next as Brock Peterson territory this one goes. He makes the throw, and it goes perfect.
Pitcher number 10, Caleb Psalm.
Trivia time, boys.
Yeah, Miesfeld's trivia question. What Sheboygan player was MVP of the 2018 AAA state tournament?
Scott thinking awful hard.
I could give you a hint. I think he went to UW La Crosse after high school.
Big heater. Starts the inning, fouled back off.
They'll know the name when they hear it. Nate? Wrong answer.
Oh, wow. You usually
Nate
don't.
was the winning pitcher in that championship game.
That was a different trivia question.
Yeah.
This one up and moving from center field. Getting a good judge on it was Dan Schmitz. Had a few people worried. Didn't fool himself.
Scott, any guess?
Second baseman number 6,
Shortstop?
Nikolai.
Now he's
I
really
believe he was the
confused.
shortstop. Went to Pigeon River. Dylan Lindau.
Oh, there it is.
There's a good one. What Sheboygan player was MVP of the 2018 AAA
So you were
state
like, no
tournament?
way.
Dylan Lindau.
He played
He was
second.
an infielder, though, right? Second base. Okay, my bad.
Second shortstop. What's the difference?
It's all the same.
1-1. His down fouls off. Down to the final strike here in the inning.
It's amazing how those guys graduate high school and then it's just like you never see them again. I can't remember seeing Dylan since his senior year.
Portman leaves it way up to Dane Nikolai, who flew out to center. That's what Caleb Salm just did a few pitches ago. Currently 1-0. Ashton Portman trying to keep it that way. Now with that pitch, he can't full. Three balls, two strikes, no one on base, so no one gets a head start. But Dane Nikolai with a chance to extend the inning as he pops it way up. Travis Coleman once again going to make the grab through 3.5. Manitowoc 1, Sheboygan 0, and we'll have another trivia question coming up. Our 7 p.m. game today sponsored by Century 21. Sheboygan Century 21 Moves specifically is proud to give back to the local community by being one of the contributing supporters to the Sheboygan American Legion Baseball organization. It is a trusted name in the real estate industry and one that remains relentless in terms of service to the sale agents, clients, and surrounding communities.
Stengel, the fine catcher for Manitowoc, is leading off. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Very late time called and granted. 52. Ashton Portman, that is his pitch count, 52. This will be the 52nd pitch from Salm as both pitchers are even. Manitowoc with
All
a
right,
definite
Jordan,
advantage.
this question is for you and, of course, everybody else, but we geared it to Manitowoc. It has nothing to do with baseball,
Oh,
nothing
geez.
to do with the American Legion. It's totally off base from that, but I think you'll like the question anyway.
Okay.
In what year did Manitowoc Lincoln last win the WIAA Boys Basketball Championship, and who was the coach?
Hit out into right field. This one carrying back, going towards the scoreboard, bounces in front of the fence, and Reese Stengel has himself a stand-up double to start the inning.
Wow, did he hit that ball? No chance for Hillblink on that shot.
Current Ashton Portman, his count is 52. And now batting the pitcher, number 5, Ashton Portman.
After all that excitement, let's come back down to earth. In what year did Manitowoc Lincoln last win the WIAA Boys State Basketball Championship, and who was their coach?
I was going to say 80s. I know they were real good years ago, but they never won it.
Those must have been the Shaw years. He was the
Yes,
coach.
yep. Lays a little bunt down.
You know, Manitowoc has an outstanding history in terms of basketball prowess. And then during the Ron Rubik years, he took that football program and made it one outstanding.
They were a powerhouse for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd guess like 84.
Okay, so we
Coach,
got
I'd have
84.
no idea.
What do you got, Bill? 67. Scott? 72. Okay. Good guesses. Anybody know a coach?
If I hear it, I might recognize it. Stepping off. We've seen plenty of balks in this tournament, so watch out. You never know when one of those could occur. No balks on the first day, but I think we had like 5 yesterday and maybe even 2 today. Good strike as it's now 0-2. Pitcher to pitcher, Ashton Portman reached on an error, trying to move his teammate Reese Stengel over. No one out yet in the inning.
One thing we talked about, I think a half inning ago, was you can't let the leadoff guy get on all the time. They're going to start scoring. And that's what happened in the last half inning.
3 innings in a row. Or not in a row, but 3 of the 4 innings.
3 out of the 4, right?
Good breaking pitch. Portman drives it out into right. Not going to score a run. Holding up at third base. Sliding in, actually. Runners on the corners for August Hecker with no one out.
Stengel doing a good piece of base running.
Right fielder, number 7, August Hecker.
All right, let's give the answer for our trivia question for Jordan. In what year did Manitowoc Lincoln last win the WIA Boys State Basketball Championship, and who was their coach? It was 1968, Bill. You came the closest, and their coach was Ed Fleener. Does that name ring a bell, Jordan? No?
Never heard of him.
Pretty long ago. That was their second championship. They also won it in 1963 when John Young was the coach, and I believe that 63 team, their star player was Bob Sullivan. One to play for Michigan.
Manitowoc almost beat De Pere last year in a regional action, but De Pere knocked him out. Little bouncing ball. That'll score a run, and they only got to play for 1 out, and they don't get it. He's safe at first. 2-0 Manitowoc on the RBI hit from Hecker.
Hecker with the RBI. 3 straight hits in a row off Assam, and Steve Goes coming out to talk to his team.
Saw him probably a little north of 60 pitches.
Yeah, he came in with 51, so you got to think he's over 60 even.
This is a big situation for Manitowoc to try and pound it on some more runners at
if you're
first and
Sheboygan,
second.
you don't want to let them get too many more runs because
time's running out.
well, not just that, but Portman has been very, very good. The one thing I noticed when I looked through my score sheet, how many ground ball outs does Sheboygan have? 1. And they're all popping the ball up, and those are a lot easier to play than a ground ball.
Especially with the way this ball can hop out on the field.
Yeah. We talked about that on and off throughout the tournament. There are some bad hops out there.
All right. Reset, all ready to go. Caleb Sohm will be facing the 9-hitter Travis Coleman. Grounded out, did Coleman. Right back to Sohm. That ended inning number 2.
Coleman's last at bat, he hit that little one hopper right back to Sohm. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Stengel has him bunting, get those runners over, build on that 2-0 lead.
Look at how shallow first baseman is of Sheboygan. There's the bunt. Down the first base line. No throw to third, though. The throw goes to first where they get him, but that's exactly what they did, Marty. Bunt him over.
Good play by Witter to get the sure out. Now Sheboygan's going to have to, I would think, move their infield in a little bit and not let a third run score. Trouble is, once you move your infield out of their normal position, you open up other holes for the hitter.
Dan Schmitz.
Schmitz is 2 for 2. Maybe you want to walk this guy.
Walk him to load the bases.
Witter is even with the bag at first. Damrow even with the bag at third. Ian Mary with a great stop, keeping it at home plate, not allowing the runners to move up. Did I just morph into play-by-play?
Yeah, you did, but I was taking a picture.
Taking a picture.
We'll let it slide.
Jordan multitasking up here in the booth.
I'm like CJ. It's 1-0 here. Dan Schmitz. See if he can reach base for a third straight time. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. 2-0 Manitowoc as it stands. If they could add a few more, they would be feeling good moving forward in this game. Ashton Portman has only allowed 1 hit in 52 pitches through 4 innings. Well on pace to go the distance. As that one, another great stop. Two runs on 5 hits so far. The big thing that stands out on the scoreboard is 4 Sheboygan errors.
You know what's interesting about Portman's line? 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts.
No Ks. That'll keep the pitch count low. Breaking pitch, big swing and a miss. Evens it up at 2-2. Schmitz wanted all of that one.
It's a good job by Caleb Sohm to keep the pitch down and away from the power of Schmitz. The outfield for Sheboygan is not very deep in left and center, a little deeper out and right.
Sohm comes set, 2-2. When fastball left it high. Wouldn't be the end of the world if you load the bases for Sheboygan. First base is empty. Portman over at third. Hecker at second. And the full count pitch. Breaking ball hit out to left field. Schmitz should be deep enough. Portman gets a good read on it. Waits for the go sign. And he is going to slide in safely. 3-0 Manitowoc.
Three-run lead now for Manitowoc.
Hecker stayed put at second base. Alex Linsmeyer comes up now.
Ty Voigt out in left field, displaying a good arm, and did the right thing, hitting the cutoff man, not allowing that runner on second to move up a base.
Base hit could make it 4-0. Manitowoc has scored 3 runs and 5 runs. They've yet to get over that mark. Sheboygan scored 5 in both of their wins. They have a 0 on the board right now. One and one now the count. Good pitch for Linsmeyer to watch go by. He got hit, and he reached via fielder's choice, so he is trying to get on base for 3 times in a row. Breaking pitch, hit it out into right field. That's going to drop fair. Waving around third and coming in to score is Hecker. It is 4-0 Manitowoc.
That was a great piece of hitting by Lensmeyer. That pitch was on the outside corner. Not that bad of a pitch, but he just went with it and stroked it out to right for an RBI single.
Brock looking for his first hit. He's been unfortunate so far. Got struck out looking and hit himself into a double play. Can't do that with 2 outs.
A 4-hit inning for Manitowoc.
The more they see Salm, the more they're getting around to him.
6 hits in the game.
The 0-1 pitch. Just missed, evens it up at 1. Marshfield and Sheboygan play tomorrow. If this score stands, those 2 teams will play at 4, and Manitowoc and Eau Claire would play at 7. Winning team of this game gets to play at 7 o'clock as Peterson fouls it off. Whoever wins this game is guaranteed a game on Saturday. So say, for instance, Manitowoc comes out on top over Sheboygan, then they beat Eau Claire. They would play the winner of Marshfield and Sheboygan, and that winner would have to beat Manitowoc twice on Saturday. As that one is poked, another good piece of hitting, and Linsmeyer holds up at second base, but it's a single for Brock.
Manitowoc finding the holes this inning. And Caleb Somm just is not as effective as he was the first 3 innings.
Guyette now the 8th Manitowoc batter to come up to the plate as they put up a 3-piece among multiple hits. They lead the hit category 7-1.
5 of them in this inning.
Good first pitch to watch. If I'm Guyette, I want that one back.
Ridge is struck out and reached on an error.
Breaking pitch, shakes his head. He wants that one as well as he's behind 0-2.
Big slow curve, dropped right in there.
That's the one you want to hammer.
I was going to say, I don't know if that pitch would work again.
Now you've seen it. 0-2 goes fastball. Didn't work, fouled it off. Right by the Pontiac, someone says. Salm 1 pitch away from getting himself out of this inning.
It's 4-0 Manitowoc. It's going to be pretty tough for Sheboygan to get 5 runs and win the game.
That's a hard pitch to lay off of 0-2.
That was a good spot by Caleb and probably a good take by Guyette. So there's not too much he's going to do with that pitch anyway.
One ball, 2 strikes. Caleb Salm to Ridge Guyette, left it down low. Alex Linsmeyer on second.
You know,
Brock
and you look
Peterson
at, listen
on
to the
first.
fans and things around. There's just more vibe to the crowd than there was in our game before this one.
They're anxious right
They're
now.
alive, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, got on top of it, and it'll be unassisted over at third base as Cooper at Amarillo finally puts an end to the damage. 4-0 Manitowoc with 4 complete. Top half of inning number 5 as Sheboygan looks to answer in a 4-0 ball game.
Leading off for Sheboygan, the left fielder, number 12, Ty Voigt.
Ty Voigt was 1 for 6 coming into action tonight. He's 0 for 1 in this ball game.
First pitch stays up. That was a 28-pitch inning, by the way, for Caleb Salm as he sits at 79. That was the 53rd from Ashton Portman. 105, that's the magic number as the count goes 2-0. And we talked about in earlier games, if you pitch over 60, you are stuck waiting 2 or more days. So 46 to 60 is a 2-day rest. So even at this point, Ashton would have to wait and rest 2 days, which means you rest Friday and Saturday. So he's out.
That's right. And he's good for the tournament in Michigan.
Yeah. That's all that matters is trying to get there. 2 Wisconsin teams will do so, the champ and whoever else makes it to that deciding game Saturday. Swinging a miss, looking for the first K is Ashton Portman. Take your base, second walk issued. Good eye by Ty Voigt to bring up Cooper Damrow.
Voigt really managed that at bat well. Sheboygan, what they need now, being down 4 runs, is base runners.
Portman once again checking down to first. He loves to use the pickoff move.
Portman, not a big guy. He's got pretty good control, even though he's walked 2 here tonight. Certainly not a big strikeout pitcher.
I mean, you got to think of how long he had to wait to come back out. Manitowoc was pouring it on. Is this one hitting to right field? Into the gap it goes. Runner holding up at second is Voigt, but Damrow starting to put something together potentially for Sheboygan.
Good piece of hitting by Cooper. He's now 3 for 8 in the tournament. In earlier games played, Gage was a DH one of the games and out in not center field, out in left field.
Center field, left field, what's the difference, right?
A little more running in center, that's for sure. And that's where Herzog excels with his good speed.
Out and right, and Steve Walsh making the, no, that's not Steve Walsh, pardon me, making the catch.
I think that was Kevin Stengel.
Yes, it was. Chris Sizzler in the house, Manitowoc Bandits coach.
Yeah.
Green hat walking up the steps.
We're in the Bandit green, right?
Oh, yeah. They just clinched another #1 seed in the Shoreland League. 0-2 count. Gage Hill blinks, wins down the third base line. Coleman keeps it in play, takes third base with his glove. The throw to first, got him in time. What a double play. Travis Coleman putting on a show here tonight.
Couldn't have worked out any better. Hillblink hit it right where Coleman needed it. And I think the most impressive part of the play was once he tagged the bag, he straightened up and threw a strike to first.
Well, the fact that he tagged the bag with his glove means he's got to reach down real quick, grab that ball, bring his hand up. A lot of hand-eye coordination involved in that one.
Cooper Damrow on second now. What looked like a promising inning for Sheboygan is taking a turn for the worse.
Still could be with a 2-out rally. It's got to start with Drew Witter. Witter doesn't bite.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 outs associated with Coleman, the Manitowoc third baseman.
This one kind of jammed him. That might drop out in center, and it does. Runner being sent around third. The throw cut off by Guyette, and it is 4-1 Sheboygan as a little bloop single gets them their first run.
Another nice piece of hitting, that time by Witter. And good hustle by Damrow, running on the crack of the bat with 2 outs.
Manitowoc leads by 3 runs. They put up 3 of their 4 they have back in the 4th as the first pitch to Ames misses out. 1-2-3 part of the lineup for Sheboygan to combine 0 for 6.
And we're already in the 5th inning. Not a lot of time left.
Just got a piece of it.
All the Manitowoc players in their dugout up on the railing, cheering on their teammates.
Strike 2 comes in, 1-2. Portman, he had a 19-pitch second inning. This might be up there for most pitches thrown in an inning.
Ames looking to be tough with 2 strikes. That was a nice pitch by Portman going inside, and Ames just able to fight it off. But a nice location.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Portman always works from the stretch. Doesn't have to change anything. Throws here, just missed. Real good spot.
There was a long-time baseball coach at Horizon High School in Scottsdale, Arizona, and he had all his pitchers do it the same way. They always had a pitch from the stretch.
That ball just goes foul.
Wow.
And on the previous pitch, Kevin Stanga was coming out to congratulate his boys, but it just missed, so it was called for a ball. The inning continues here.
Ames pretty lucky on that one. Last minute right turn.
Here we go. 2-2. Clock down, foul. No play. Got some car.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We got problems out in the street with a car being hit. I think it almost sounded like a windshield of some sort.
That's what you get for parking on the first base side.
There's
This
a
one
drive.
hit deep into left field. Going back toward it is Linsmeyer and making a last-second diving catch. Wow, 4-1 remains the score. Prevents a run from coming across as we head to the bottom half. Sheboygan gets on the board. They put up a run thanks to an RBI shot by Drew Witter in the top half of the 5th. Staying out is Caleb Salm. He just threw a 28 pitch bottom half of the 4th, but Ashton Portman just threw 23, so he's at 75 through 5 innings. He'll have 30 pitches left to work with in the final 2 innings.
You know those kids from Manitowoc pretty good. Is that Linsmeyer? Is he a track star too?
No, not a track guy.
Because I thought for sure that ball was going to go to the wall and drop in for extra bases, and he just ran it down. That was impressive.
He's a baseball player.
Definitely that.
Showed out with his hitting day 1. Shows out in the field there as it is a 1-1 count here to Brandon Stefani. Maybe a little tired after he pitched the complete 7 yesterday. He's 0 for 2 today and make it a 1-2 count.
Caleb trying to work a quicker fifth inning. He was out there for a long time. In the fourth inning.
Got a piece of that, and that's going to stay fair. That was dangerous as it got across the third base line, and that is a leadoff single.
Stefani with his first hit of the game.
Good job by Voigt in left field to keep that one in front of him, because if that gets down towards the foul pole in the dirt, that's extra bases.
Speaking of extra bases, Voigt did a good job of getting over there and keeping the Manitowoc hitter from going to second. Stefani with a nice hit.
First pitch to Reese Stengel, called strike one. Stengel with a big-time double, later scored just 1 inning ago. Stefani was the only Manitowoc hitter not to go to the plate. This could be two. There's your 6-0. Bobbled it. Doesn't get the out at second, and just got the out at first. Reese Stengel put on the wheels, but wasn't enough.
A clean pickup by Ames, and they've got a pretty good shot, at least the lead runner. But once the bobble occurred.
Ashton Portman, who has yet to strike out anyone, has come into the plate.
Speaking of strikeouts, Sam had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. He had 1 in the second inning to lead off the inning, actually. Since that time, he hasn't struck out a hitter. They've all been hitting him. And at times quite hard, too.
Portman looking to add another insurance run to help him gather a win. Singleton scored an inning ago. Reached via an error back in the second. Was stranded at third. Outside pitch makes the count 1-1.
You can't allow Manitowoc to score any more runs if you're a Sheboygan fan and you want to try and win this ball game. Portman's been pretty tough out there, and with Manitowoc's defense, you have to get real base hits because they'll make the plays.
And don't hit it towards third base. Sheboygan's learning as well.
Coleman's getting a reputation as a pretty good third baseman, isn't he?
And left field too, with Linsmeyer just making that catch. So avoid the left side at all costs.
There you go.
Brock
And
Peterson.
our play of the tournament, in my estimation, Brock Peterson last night, making that jumping throw from shortstop to get the runner at first base.
Travis Coleman with the play of the game today with that double play. 2 balls and a strike. This one hit into the gap. Will they be waving around the runner? They are going to put up a stop sign. And it puts runners on the corners with 1 out. Good decision.
Another nice hit, and it was hit very hard. Portman really stroked that ball nicely. Hecker got an RBI hit his last time up, Jordan. Getting another RBI chance here, and Goes has already made the signal. Coming into pitch is going to be Ty Voigt. Steve Goes also realizing he can't allow Manitowoc to score any more runs.
Number 8 is also making his way out there. $89. Okay, thank you. 89 to the final pitch count for Caleb Salm as he makes it through 4 1/3. This is an awful long conversation before we get any warm-up pitches.
Of the 4 runs that have crossed the plate so far, 3 of those are earned. Of course, Caleb is responsible for the runners on base now. Ty Voigt moved to pitcher. And who went out to play left field?
Number 8 to right field for Sheboygan.
Who is that?
Tyler Schusso.
Is Caleb Som out of the game then? What's the name of the kid out and right?
Schusso.
Oh, it is Shesso. Yeah, it's one of those goofy things where his numbers change, I suppose.
What we currently have is runners on the corners with 1 out. Is one of the last pitches comes in an awful long time between waiting for August Hecker, who has Stefani on third and Portman on first. Hope you got your popcorn, got your chips, whatever you need. We're all set to go here in the bottom half of the 5th. 89 pitches, the final number for Caleb Salm, as Ty Voigt throws for strike 1.
On Tuesday night, Ty went an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Pretty good strike thrower. They'll need that now.
Trying to bunt the run from home. The throw just going to go to first. They're able to get him across. A picture-perfect sacrifice bunt. 5-1, Manitowoc leads.
Third baseman number 3, Travis Coleman.
I like that play. Get that runner in. Give yourself make up for that run you gave up back in the top of the 5th and get that 4-run lead back.
If you're Manitowoc, you absolutely take 1 run for 1 out. See a little 2-out rally, maybe a base hit can score Portman as Coleman takes strike 1.
So Manitowoc scored 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and so far 1 here in the 5th. These middle last 3 innings have not been friendly for Sheboygan.
Now looking to bunt there was Coleman before he pulled back on a way inside pitch. Potential 2-out bunt to try and throw off the Sheboygan squad. Games 12 and 13 coming up tomorrow. Marshfield, Sheboygan, Eau Claire, Manitowoc. Into right field. This one goes playing very shallow as the right fielder, then going out to make the catch. And that'll end things here through 5 innings. Manitowoc tacks on 1 more as they now lead 5-1.
Caleb Som's line is complete. He went 4 1/3, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those were earned. No walks, that's a positive, and did have 3 strikeouts. But starting in the third inning, they Manitowoc got to Caleb, and good move to bring Ty Voigt in, who got a couple of outs to work out of the fifth, and Sheboygan coming up here in the sixth.
Quick timeout to start.
Ball came over the fence out in left field. That's interesting.
Who knows where that came from? All right, first pitch of the inning, swing and a miss. Once again, Ashton Portman still looking for his first strikeout of the game. He hasn't needed them. That is 76th pitch, and Ty Voigt came in relief in the bottom 5. He threw just 5 pitches before getting out of it. One ball, one strike. Breaking pitch in there. Nick Herzog takes strike 2.
One of the things that's made Portman effective is the control of his curveball.
There's that curveball once again, and Ashton Portman will run it over himself and flip it for a 1-3 putout.
Catcher number 15, Ian Mary.
Ian Mary 0 for 2.
Mary's hit the ball hard as 2 times, but he does not have a hit to show for it.
Manitowoc has tripled the hits of Sheboygan. 9 for Manitowoc, 3 for Sheboygan, and it's a 5-1 game right now. Nick down back.
The 3 hits for Sheboygan have all been singles. The key one, I guess, being Witter's RBI hit in the 5th.
Breaking pitch, Brock Peterson goes down to get it, and back-to-back little groundouts keep Ashton Portman's pitch count in check.
They make it look so easy.
It's as routine as it gets, but we've seen plenty of routine plays go
I was
haywire.
going to say we've seen plenty of ground balls. It's a lot of the other players, it's not as routine as Peterson makes it look.
Stefani threw 101. Gallagher threw 86. Both Manitowoc players went the complete game. Ashton Portman en route to do so as well. He's got 1 more inning, 4 more outs yet to go.
Quick 2 outs in the 6th.
One ball, no strikes, make it 2-0. Now able to get a strike in there on Caleb Salm.
So, Bill, is it too soon to say this has been a quick mover?
Now it is.
Okay, too soon to say something.
Here we go,
So we
another
won't.
Brock Peterson ball, and he will throw this one out as well. 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the 6 as Manitowoc tries to tack on a few more. 1, 2, 3 due up for Manitowoc. That's Stan Schmitz, Alex Linsmeyer, Brock Peterson. After the Manitowoc team put up a run in the previous inning, but they've put up 5 in the last 3, and that's where it all has gone wrong for Sheboygan.
Our 50-50 raffle giveaway tonight was $195. In an earlier game, we eclipsed the $200 mark. We're close.
Getting there.
I believe that was the first 50-50 of the day. I don't remember Bill calling any numbers in the other 2 games.
Bill, were there any other 50-50s today? No? That was the only one, and it was the only one, and it was the biggest of the day, whether you believe it or not. It is hard to believe.
Very nice crowd. Seems like we've gotten more people in since the start of the game.
And now just think tomorrow this will be all spread up because Sheboygan is playing in another game than Manitowoc. So they'll both have decent crowds, but not this. This is the biggest of the tournament. 2 balls and a strike. Make it 3-1 after that one misses outside. Dan Schmitz single, double, sacrifice with the RBI. Again, your matchups for tomorrow, Marshfield, Sheboygan. If this score remains, that game will be at 4 o'clock. And then Eau Claire and Manitowoc at 7. Swing and a miss, makes it full. Full count pitch from Ty Voigt, fouled it back.
Just looking at this Manitowoc squad, to me, what makes them a cut above from the rest of the field at the state tournament is their ability to field the baseball.
Schmitz can't believe it as he goes down on strikes.
Left fielder number 4, Alex Linsmeyer.
Linsmeyer coming off an RBI single. First pitch coming up. Ty Voigt with a 5-pitch, bottom half of the 5th. And this one, Linsmeyer curling back towards center, and a jumping play to make the catch out in center. Holy cow. Made that a little more competitive than he had to.
I was going to say, there's where Herzog's speed played against him.
Woo!
Shortstop number 8, Brock Peterson.
From the 8th position, who just made that catch, to the number 8 of Manitowoc, Brock Peterson. Top part of the lineup not producing. Could be up to Ashton Portman to keep a 4-run lead as strike 1 comes in on a breaking ball.
I think they've been doing pretty good.
No, they've been doing good, but not now is what I was getting at.
Okay.
This game they've been doing well, but not in this inning. Yeah, coming into this inning, 6 of the 9 times combined between the 3 they've been reaching base. So they've done their part. Looking for the 10th hit of the ball game. Comes down to Brock Peterson, a ball and 2 strikes. And Ty Voigt rung him up. Second caught looking strikeout of the inning. We head to the 7th where Sheboygan's life is on the line. They're not out of the tournament, but just trying to come back and win this game. Our 7 o'clock game is Century 21. Sheboygan Century 21 moves specifically is proud to give back to the local community by being one of the contributing supporters to the Sheboygan American Legion Baseball Organization. It is a trusted name in the real estate industry and one that remains relentless in terms of service to the sales, agents, clients, and surrounding communities.
Sheboygan, second baseman number 16, Dane Nikolai.
5, 6, 7 coming up for Sheboygan against Ashton Portman, who has 19 pitches to work. This first pitch swinging, going to help the pitch count if it's caught, and it is. Fly out to center to Dan Schmitz.
Pitcher number 12, Ty Voigt.
87 pitches Ashton Portman stands at against Ty Voigt, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Ashton Portman working on a 3-hitter.
Voigt drew one of the 2 walks given up by Ashton.
Beautiful first pitch strike.
It's been all Manitowoc tonight. They've really played well, hit the ball nicely, fielded the ball extremely well.
Don't have a whole lot of time to wait if you're Ty Voigt. Down no balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Nearly got him to bite. What a great pitch. After this game, stick around. I'll spend a minute or so explaining the bracket and how it's going to work for our final 2 days. Is this one also towards Dan Schmitz, but that one's going to drop. Base hit for Voigt.
2-strike hitting, Ty Voigt. Way to hang in there.
Third baseman number 14, Cooper Damrow.
Ashton Portman looking to turn 2, get himself out of it. This one also to center field. Will it drop? It does. Can they get the throw to second in time? They cannot. He's safe. Oh boy, 2 on all of a sudden for Sheboygan.
I thought Schmitz was going to come up and make the catch, and then when I saw him pull up, you know what I thought? I'll just let it drop and throw him out at second.
If I'm Schmitz, I'm sprinting to get that ball.
Yeah, I was fooled on it. I thought it was going to be caught.
Hillblink takes strike 1.
Hillblink 2 for 7 in the tournament. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He drew a walk.
He hit into that Travis Coleman double play. Swung and missed big time. Falls behind 0-2. Crowd has changed a little bit. Sheboygan fans getting behind their team. There is an out in the inning, but they have 2 on. As the rally continues here, 0-2 pitch, swing down the third base line. Coleman tags the runner at third. No, he didn't. He's safe. So wait a minute. They are saying Ty Voigt is safe. He was walking off to the dugout. Everybody is safe and the bases are loaded. Oh my goodness. They're saying Coleman did not make the tag, even though the play was right there by him.
Umpire Grauman and I think that's Balo are talking about the play at third. And Steve Goes, interestingly, looking on along with the Manitowoc coach. They'll have to sort it out.
This is a big call because that is the tie and run coming to the plate if the bases are loaded.
I think Coleman made the right play to try and tag the runner.
And obviously Ty Voigt thought he was tagged as he was walking back out to the dugout, so that's where the communication comes into play. They are going to reverse the decision. Ty Voigt is out, and now Sheboygan's going to have a bit of a talk. 2 outs here in the inning. That is a huge, huge call to be changed.
It was hard from our vantage point to see if he made the tag. And, when you made your comment about Voigt walking off the field, that's a key.
That is the big part of it. If Ty Voigt is walking out, he knows he got tagged. He's being honest.
Coleman again making an outstanding play over at his third base spot. Damro's on at second for Sheboygan. Hilbelink reached on the fielder's choice. Steve Goes still talking to the umpires. I don't think they're going to change their mind.
If they change their mind after they already changed their mind, then that would be something else.
Remember that write-up we saw in the A's book when they had all the different games and all the write-ups, and it started off the umpiring was atrocious?
Yes.
And it goes in to explain what happened.
Ashton Portman going to stay loose, throwing with his first baseman, Ridge Guyette. Conversation with Steve Goes still in the two umpires. What could have been the bases loaded with one out.
Be interesting to talk to Ty after the game and see what he thought happened. Throughout the state tournament, the umpiring has really been very, very good. And I think this game has been well officiated. And you like to see that.
2 on, 2 outs.
Give kudos to Travis Coleman for his play at third base throughout the game, not just that last play with the tag out.
It's Shesso up instead of Witter now. Substitution for Sheboygan. 2 balls, no strikes. Portman a little frazzled as he had to wait quite a long time. Now it's 3-0. Again, a walk will send the tying run to the plate. There he throws strike. Knew he was taken all the way. Kind of lobbed her in there a little bit. 3 balls,
he should be
strike.
taking this pitch too.
He is not taking. He swings, fouls it off. And Guyette making a sprint for it, but into the grass it goes, out behind the dugout.
People that are listening to our broadcast, keep in mind those are my personal opinions. If I was the third base coach, I'd be giving him the take sign. But Steve does it his way, and that's fine. Shesso battling up at home plate. Hopefully he can get on base.
Down to the final strike. Right to Coleman. A line out ends it as Shesso goes 0 for 1 on the night in his only plate appearance. And Manitowoc tops Sheboygan 5 runs to 1. What a game it was, and what a wild thing it turned into all of a sudden late. But Manitowoc survives, and we now know tomorrow Marshfield and Sheboygan play at 4, and Eau Claire and Manitowoc play at 7. What a game, as we'll give you the final line here before we explain the bracket in a little more detail.
Line score, Sheboygan 1 run, 5 hits, and 4 errors. Manitowoc was 5, 9, and 0. Ashton Portman gets the winner. He goes 7 innings, gives up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. And isn't it appropriate that Coleman catches a line drive for the final out with his fine defensive play? It was a very exciting game, well played for the most part. Manitowoc certainly proved to be the better team tonight.
We'll talk about the bracket real quick. Tomorrow we have 2 games. Again, Marshfield and Sheboygan at 4. Eau Claire and Manitowoc at 7. Manitowoc punches their ticket to Saturday. If Manitowoc is to lose tomorrow, they will play at the 3 o'clock game against Eau Claire, or the winner of the Marshfield-Sheboygan game. If Manitowoc beats Eau Claire, they will play the winner of Marshfield and Sheboygan. And then on Saturday, the winner of that Marshfield and Sheboygan game would have to beat Manitowoc twice in order to be crowned the champs. What a game it was. Manitowoc comes out on top 5-1 for the final time today. For Mike Morton, I'm Jordan Lorenz saying good night, everybody.